This is Sean from Frontlines Press, and I'm sitting here with J.P. McGillicuddy, Mr. Guggenheim.
You just dumped your rum and coke in the rum and coke mix. That was awesome.
Sean Behnsen from Frontlines Press reporting, here with J.P. McGillicuddy, Professor Guggenheim, and Mr. Murgatroyd from Rocky Mountain Rebel Music. So my first question is, how is opening for the Planet Smashers at SkaFest?
Well, the interesting thing about the Planet Smashers is they are the original stealers of many of my ideas. It was quite infuriating to know that they're a ska band. I invented the genre of ska. That happened back in the 50s. I was living in Jamaica at the time, before I was born. Also, they stole the idea of a complete joke band. That's a complete joke, and they don't play their instruments very well, and they're all kind of funny looking. Like, that was all my idea.
I just like jumping up and crowd surfing for Surfing in Tofino, because I love that song ever since I was went to the first SkaFest back in the day when I was 15 years old. Loved listening to the Planet Smashers back then, and we always make our trips up with the band up to Tofino and Ucluelet and hang out there and write lots of music and jam out. And so Surfing Tofino is a huge song for me, and then I got to jump up and crowd surf for that song, which was pretty much the best moment of the night.
How do you coordinate 10 people for jamming sessions?
Professor Guggenheim here. We coordinate 10 people with great difficulty.
See, it's all about love and sharing and, generally communicating and working hard, That's how we do Rocky Mountain Rebel Music.
What aspect of your music does the word rebel represent?
Rebel music is music comes from Jamaica, and we like to embrace the part of that doesn't adhere to the status quo. We're a band that has been involved in tons of protests against developments in parklands, and also we were in the Defend Our Coast protests on the legislature lawns, protesting the Everidge Northern Gateway pipeline, and just believe that music is a powerful tool to communicate messages to people just like us, bring us all together.
How much preparation goes into planning a tour like the 3-week one you have coming up this August?
Extensive research and man-hours and human resources go into booking, playing, and traveling on every tour that Rocky Mountain Rebel Music partakes in.
The oldest show we're going to play for the rest of the summer is Shambhala, but we're pretty pumped about Shambhala nonetheless.
Sounds exciting. I hope to make it there myself. All right, this is Sean, a new member of Rocky Mountain Rebel Music, signing out from Frontlines. We're going to go smash some planets now. And we're here with the Planet Smashers, who are playing this year's SkaFest. The first question is, what was your inspiration for choosing ska music as your genre?
I just sort of grew up playing ska music. I don't know, in high school I played a lot of ska music, and it was just sort of the right thing. I don't know, I played horns, so it was sort of the raddest thing for me to do. I'm a trombone player, so.
You're rad, too.
For me, it's older brother. He took my ELO record, put a firecracker in it, burned it, threw it across the field, and said, "You will play ska now."
So I used to play in the punk band Ispep, and we opened for the Hoochie Girls at the Cobalt in Vancouver. And although they played an amazing set, they weren't that well received by the majority, because the majority of the people there were not into ska music. Have you guys come across that in your career at all, like playing a show where people just weren't into that genre?
Honestly, I find sometimes city to city, some in Montreal, people are really into the ska. In Ottawa, it's a little, it's not. There are ska kids, but they're not. It's different. It's different in every city.
Are you saying Ottawa sucks?
I never said that, and you just said that. That is my hometown, and I didn't say that.
One time we did a tour.
It's true.
and we were wedged between Sick of It All and AFI. With Death by Stereo opening up, there was this one, we came to Thunder Bay, it's like, okay, here we go, and the promoter's like, good luck. You know, I remember walking out on stage, just walking out to get my guitar, I'm like, wow, it's like 700 people, this is crazy, this is huge, man, it's a huge show. And I just see this loogie go, and starts stretching as it flies through the air, and just go, douche, right over the end of my guitar, and it kind of hangs on the guitar and falls to the ground. I don't know if you heard any of that, but it was quite a story. Yeah, they didn't like ska at that show.
If I'm not mistaken, next year on St. Patrick's Day is your 20th anniversary as the ska band Planet Smashers. Do you have anything planned to celebrate the milestone?
I didn't realize it was actually March 17th. That's very observant of you, and we should continue. And the idea is we were going to do something in late February, but maybe I might push it back. We're talking about doing a new record, so we probably should do a new record and then release that. St. Patty's Day, and then we're gonna do some other stuff, and yeah, so we're gonna do a bunch. This will be the 20th anniversary for us. We kind of got a nice little run coming up because then the next year is 20th anniversary for Stomp, and we can pretend that that's a big day to have cake and everything too. So that's cool. A lot of cake.
Love cake. Love it.
Being a Montreal-based band, what inspired you to write a song about West Coast surfing, and specifically Tofino?
The reason why we wrote Surfing Tofino, a couple reasons. Well, no, there's one reason. My brother Mike, who's not the guy that taught me about this guy, moved to Tofino, became a hippie, and then he was in that whole Clackwood Sound protest thing, got arrested a few times. Yeah, I actually saw the grandmothers came out and played, and a bunch of children got arrested. It was terrible. But, no, it was an amazing time. But yeah, it was for him. My brother, Dave Cooper, bass player in the band, he decided that he was going to write this tune about my brother. That's really what it was, and we kind of just collaborated, and it ended up being a pretty good tune.
What is your choice beach for surfing in Tofino?
I know Rosie's is a little dangerous, but I like it. It's good.
I don't know.
If you didn't have to pay at Long Beach, then I would just say that. Let's just rewind that. Long Beach, if you didn't have to pay. My brother's a ranger there, and I still have to pay.
I will mention that I go to Tofino every year for a camp out birthday with my friend Kevin. Every year, it's on the playlist for the road trip, surfing in Tofino. Obviously, I've been listening to it since I was 17 when I snuck into your show. What is it like to play a festival like Rockfest, where you're playing for thousands of people? What is the energy like at a festival like that?
It's like a wall. It's intense. Everybody's just, it's just so many people. You can't describe it. I don't even really see it when you're on stage. I don't.
Yeah, I'd agree. If you actually saw it, you would probably start crying and yourself. I mean, it's you just get up there and it's kind of like, this is completely out of control and totally amazing.
Best show you've ever played?
Probably Rockfest. The Rockfest, not this year, but 2012. It was just. It was
stars aligned.
It was honestly like a great Smasher show, and I had friends who were in the crowd who were like, that was the best thing I've seen ever.
We were terrified. We got 30 minutes. Go. And I think I said like 3 words to the crowd, and we just like played every single song. It was great.
We were like a machine gun. It was amazing.
So Warren Smith from Painted Lotus Studios in Victoria, BC asks, how many planets have you actually smashed?
Just one. It's Earth 1, right?
From your experience, which of the following would you recommend for smashing a planet? Now, I have several instruments listed here. A, a double-sided axe. B, a baseball bat. C, a guitar. Or D, a katana.
I'm doing A, a double-sided axe.
That's really good. But I gotta say, like, smashing, it's got to be a bat every time. Every time. I mean, our weapon of choice is obviously the guitar.
Wrapping up here, I'm Sean Behnsen with Frontline News with the Planet Smashers at SkaFest. Yeah! Woo!
I concur.
Slaughter the babies first, and that's what a rebel really represents to me, someone who seeks justice by slaughtering them.
Shabazz bye.
my friend Kevin, it's his birthday every year, and we go to Tofino with a group of like 30 people.
A bat, like baseball bat. These jokes are so funny.